Memoirs are obviously about people. The author is often the main character in that, but there are many, many other people in memoirs. But don't forget objects as kinds of characters. Do you have any objects or things that almost became like people? They were personified. And this idea came to me while I was reading this piece by one of my writer students. And she was talking about a relationship with her boyfriend, Savio. But there's another woman in the story. And I would suggest pausing this video right now. I'm not going to read the whole story, but just pause the video, read it over, and then I'm going to comment on Betsy as a character in this story. So Betsy is, as you've read, the Toyota Corolla, so an object, a thing, an automobile. But it's interesting that he gave it a name, and she talks about how Savio took really good care of Betsy. And there's a great line there about how even though it's, rusty and has a fractured windshield and worn out seats, great detail, right? He took it to the car wash every week, and she talks about that great detail there about how the car wash probably cost more than Betsy did. But she kind of likes Betsy. Seems like that's somewhere in their relationship where they used to hang out a lot. And you probably remember when you were young and in love, the car is often the only place that you two can hang out. Certainly not, in your parents' house or anything like that. So there's some value there, to this car, even though it's so old. But in this scene, as you can see from the dialogue and some of the other details, the relationship seems to be ending. The relationship seems to be worn out, mirroring Betsy. Betsy is this worn out Toyota Corolla. And we get the feel of the moment, too, when they're in this car. There's no air conditioning. She can't tell if she's wiping tears or sweat off her face. And also the detail here comes through the dialogue. There's just some really interesting dialogue there. So I just wanted to share this section of a piece of personal narrative just to remind you that there are objects or things in our lives that often take on greater significance. Bring those into your storytelling.